And here we are. I was going to say, let's close with the ratings. So they topped out at about 800,000 when they were opposed, except if they got Shaquille O'Neal, they could get 1 million. Then they went unopposed and they went to 1.2 million because they got, 300,000 or 400,000 of NXT's people. Now, the second week they're unopposed, they're back down to 1.1 million from 1.2 million. How many weeks before they're back down to the 800 and something thousand?
Do you think they're going to go back down to the 800 something thousand?
I think they will. The range that they were in was in the, at worst, high sixes and at best, mid eights or high eights, thereabouts, right? I think they'll settle in at under 1 million because more rotten television. These people are probably people who have not sat and watched this thing live or made the effort to or gone all the way through it or whatever. And once that people see what one of these shows is like to sit and watch all the way through, they're going to lose some of them. Whether they settle at just north of or just under 1 million, I don't know, but I don't see them keeping up the first 2 weeks unopposed numbers doing TV shows like this. And they're traditionally, every time they do something, special match, special celebrity, big name, unopposed, whatever, to get numbers, it lasts either until the next week or 2 or 3 weeks, and they're back to where they were at. I don't think they're going to go all the way back down in the sixes while they're unopposed. I don't think they're going to stay regularly up over in seven figures. I think they're probably going to get an extra 150 or maybe 200,000 of the NXT people that say, well, it's wrestling, I guess, so we'll watch it. But this program is not a program that would grow in viewership for any reason other than artificially taking away an opposition program or bringing in a special guest, because it doesn't make sense. The programs don't make sense, and the angles and rivalries don't make sense from week to week. The TV show doesn't make sense from start to finish when you're watching it. And the booking doesn't make sense from week to week. So you're not like hooking people and getting them to start tuning in because, wow, this is so good and engrossing. Every time they get a fucking several 100,000 people handed to them for some reason or another, they get that and then they lose them within a few weeks. And this is going to be the same thing. They're just not going to settle down as far as they were, but they're, I don't see growth in this TV. Why would people not only start watching this on a regular basis right now? If they started watching right now, I'm going to start watching this. Why would they get interested on watching it every week? And why would they start telling other people to watch it, as stinky and nonsensical as it is in its current form? If you don't already like silly modern wrestling, how are they going to talk you into liking it if you don't already?
Well, there it is.
You still stoned?
No, I mean, there's not really much to say.
The question, do you know, can you come up with any idea of how they can get people who don't already watch this program and who don't like modern silly wrestling to become engrossed in this program and start watching it? How? How would they do that?
I don't know. Maybe if you went on a multi-week run of serious programming with really great angles and really great promos and stuff that people have to talk about, that'd be one thing. But I have to think it's going to be hard for them to discover new people. Like the people that are in the door now are the people who are going to be there. Are you going to pick up any people who are watching NXT who didn't watch because of that? Perhaps someone who didn't know about it? I mean, that's the question. Are there people out there right now looking for a wrestling alternative and they don't even know AEW exists? Or do all of those people who are looking know about it and they kind of don't care? They'll tune in here and there. You know, there are a lot of people who hate Raw. There's a lot of people who hate WWE, and they will still watch Raw every single Monday night out of force of habit or addiction. I don't know what it is exactly.
Whatever, self-loathing, whatever it is. But at the same time, anybody that's going to try to watch AEW already knows AEW is there. And that's why they get Shaquille O'Neal, they do a big debut, they go unopposed, they pop a number, and those people never come back because those are the people who weren't sold on the idea of, I'm going to watch any other program besides Vince McMahon's and love it. They just want to see a good program. And they don't see that, so they don't come back. It's not rocket science. They've been on television for 1.5 years now. And the show ain't got better. They've done more damage to the talent they started out with that was over than they have helped any new talent they've got since then. They started with guys that were more over than they are now, and the people they have brought in since then were more over when they debuted than they are now that they've been exposed on AEW television. And I do mean exposed in that way. So, good luck. These are the people that are left that are going to watch this fucking phony bullshit modern wrestling after what everybody's done to it. These are the people that are left, and you're fighting for the table scraps, and there's fewer and fewer of them. And since the WWF is doing a rotten program and AEW is doing a fucking amateur program, we're going to lose several hundred of those over the next couple of years. They're just going to, it's not like it used to be, and fuck wrestling. Just like we lost all the other millions. Because it's not like it used to be, and it sucks.